are conscious of the topic, and so therefore you would like to learn more. As it stands right now, we look across the world and we see where there seem to be a proliferation of new cancer cases emerging daily, weekly, and monthly. In fact, to my amazement, it is really since I started immersing myself in this type of information that I have come across so many people. And I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, what really struck me about this is that this disease has no respect for age. It has absolutely no respect for gender. It has absolutely no respect for religious affiliation. It does not consider your social status in life. Ladies and gentlemen, cancer is a threat to so many of us. And so this evening, we are really happy here at Prime Life Health that we can provide you with this information. We're hoping that at the end of this presentation, somebody will be in a better place to make an informed decision. Now, the World Health Organization and PAHO, along with the CDC, are three organizations from which we are going to be sharing some information this evening. The World Health Organization defined cancer as a generic term for a large group of various types of diseases that can affect any particular part of the body. They say that one defining feature of cancer is that it is the rapid creation of abnormal cells that grow beyond their usual boundaries. These cells, they multiply. Of course, they attack various parts of the body because they are cell-oriented. They are cell-driven. These things attack this and they begin to multiply. The World Health Organization also would have us to know this evening that cancer is the second most frequent cause of morbidity and mortality in the Americas. Can I tell you? Just after cardiovascular diseases. So more people are, sick as a result of cancer, and more people are dying as a result of cancer. That is what this information is saying. Interestingly, ladies and gentlemen, what we have seen is that the victims of this disease are getting younger and younger each day. Yes, that's what we're seeing right now based on the statistics that are available to us. I'm sure if I were to ask the people on this presentation this evening, if you know somebody who has died from this disease, you may be able to tell me yes. If I were to ask you, do you know someone who is struggling with the disease, you may also be able to say yes. If I were to ask you if you know someone who has recovered from the disease, maybe you would tell me no, because those are very few. But yes, we do have people who are combating this particular malady. The statistics for young people on this particular challenge, ladies and gentlemen, is just simply alarming. More and more young people are being threatened. Just recently, last week I think it was, I read an article in the local papers where a young boy at one of our most prominent high schools here in Jamaica, the youngster needed blood because of his battle with this particular challenge. Do you know somebody this evening that is struggling with this particular malady? Of course, the cancers that people are struggling with, you know them. Of course, breast cancer seems to be the leading cancer that affects females globally. And so in the year 2020, according to the World Health Organization, the numbers of new cases was just about 2.2 million. I can just imagine what would have happened since that. Lung cancer right up there, 2.2 as well. Colon and rectum cancer, approximately 1.9 million cases. Prostate cancer, approximately 1.4 million. And what we're seeing happening right now before our eyes is that the statistics are suggesting that Jamaican men seem to have the highest propensity for prostate cancer. Yes, Jamaican men are struggling more than every other country globally. Are you a man? Are you Jamaican? If you are, then you have got to take stock of yourself. Skin cancer, approximately 1.2 cases were detected, and of course stomach, just about over 1 million cases. Now, the information continues because, you see, if you have these challenges, then the probability exists that the challenges emerge as a result of something that we're doing. For every cause, they say there is an effect. And so the World Health Organization has posited that people who, smoke a lot, yes, tobacco, cigarette, marijuana even, any type of smoke, they're saying that that's a major contributor to the cancers that people are struggling with. They continue to say that the individual or the individuals who are overexposing themselves to alcohol, yes, you are, indulging in the beers and the wines and, the stouts and all of these things, in a manner that is unbecoming of your body, then what you will find is that your risk becomes a little higher as well. The people who are lacking physical activity, and can I tell you, those are the people that seems to be growing more and more daily. No wonder cardiovascular diseases are the leading causes of death globally, because so many individuals locally, regionally, and internationally are struggling with overweight and or obesity. If your BMI is anywhere near 25, then you are on the cusp of being overweight. If it is anywhere near 30, then you are on the cusp of being obese. You are here and you are tuned into the presentation. Maybe you would like to check your BMI at this minute. The way to do that is to go online and search for the BMI calculator. Yes, that is the body mass index calculator. You can go and check your own BMI right now as we have the conversation. It's your weight versus your height. That's what they're calculating against, and they will literally show you what your BMI is. But the information is suggesting that people who are lack physical activity, yes, people who are just meandering around, people who are just sitting around, you're playing games all day, you're seated comfortably in your nice air-conditioned office, and you are not engaging in any physical activity for any protracted period of time, then your risk is also extremely high. Of course, people who struggle with the fruits and vegetables, yes, people who say, hey, I'm not interested in no fruits, I'm not interested in no vegetables. What you find is that the fiber that is required in the body, the vitamins and the minerals that you will only receive from your fruits and your vegetables, those will not be there, and those play a very integral role in your overall health. Ladies and gentlemen, another of those contributing factors would be an overexposure to toxic chemicals. And can I tell you, we are living in a very toxic environment. When you look around you, the carbon monoxide that emits from the car that you drive daily, the cologne that you use, gentlemen, the perfume that you love so much, ladies, that your dresser, is inundated with all different types. The brands are too many to name. That could be a challenge. Our farmers who are out there in the field trying to get the vegetables, trying to get the foods on our tables, their risk is extremely high with the overexposure to toxic chemicals. Of course, the asbestos, you have to check the place in which you live. You have to look about the environment in terms of the smoke, and all of that. All of these things are a contributing factor. But as people who believe that there is a God, we are of that particular view that cancer can be prevented. We also believe that cancer can be cured. And of course, there is lots of research that are currently taking place in many universities globally. There are many naturopathic specialists who are out there and they are testing things, and they are recognizing that yes, it is very possible to, number one, prevent, and in the event where it is occurring, in the system, then of course that can be stopped as well. We are of that view that cancer can be prevented, it can also be cured. And when you look at the world in which we operate, we notice that there are a group of people who are living in particularly the eastern part of Asia, who they seldom struggle with these types of maladies. And these individuals, so far as we know, they consume a healthy diet of organic medicinal mushrooms. Now, what do we know about the potency of organic mushrooms? Well, the research that is currently available to us is indicating that the four most potent organic medicinal mushrooms are the reishi / Ganoderma lucidium, the chaga, and of course turkey-tailed and cordyceps. These, according to research, are the most potent in terms of dealing with overall health. All right, so we're going to look at those later for you to have a better appreciation as to what they are and how they function and why you need to be using them. Now, the research is coming to the fore, as I said before, because there was a time ladies and gentlemen, when this type of knowledge was shunned by the people of this part of the world. They say, hey, listen, mushrooms are poisonous. These things are not good for you. Why do you need to eat them? Well, research is now indicating that there's a particular reason why we need to eat them. And so the UCLA medical school, they did an observational study some time ago, and what they found is that there is some level of association between mushroom consumption and lower cancer risk. In fact, they had some participants who utilized mushrooms over a particular period of time, and these participants were all given 18 grams of mushrooms daily. What they found is decrease in their relative risk of developing cancers. Ladies and gentlemen, they also compared those against individuals who had no mushrooms over that period of time. And what they found is that the people who were consuming the mushrooms, their risk for developing cancer was 45% lower. Over there at Harvard, they found that men who consume mushrooms 3 to 4 times per week had a 43% lower risk of developing prostate cancer. Ladies and gentlemen, these are information, research documents that are available all over the place, and so you can go and peruse them in your own time. No story known to us is greater than this gentleman on your screen. On your screen is Mr. Armand Puyol, a gentleman who in his mid 40s, I think it was, he was diagnosed with stage 4 gastric cancer. So debilitating was the spread of the cancer throughout his body that the doctors looked at him and told him in no uncertain terms that he had just about 6 months to live. His wife, Dr. Esther Ramus, would not have it. She said, hey, listen, this man is too good to humanity to just go at this time. His work is not yet done. And so she went to Asia, had the conversation with some herbalists there, and they were the ones who suggested to her that she could try these medicinal organic mushrooms, namely the reishi, the chaga, and of course the cordyceps. Well, what do you know? The man had them daily for 6 months. He went back to the doctors at the end of the 6-month period. The doctors, they were literally flabbergasted. They could not believe that the man on whom they had pronounced death was very much alive and looking well. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Puyol attribute his, overcoming, or at that point in time being alive, by the use of the 3 particular mushrooms. It has now been 13 years and counting. Not only is he alive, but he is here to tell the story that he is cancer-free. Now, having had such a phenomenal transformation, such great results, just by using particular mushrooms, not just any mushrooms now, but we're talking about these mushrooms that are harvested by a particular group of people over there in Asia. Mr. Armand Puyol said, listen, I have to share this knowledge with as many people as are willing to hear and make a decision consciously. Can I tell you, since that time until now, many people, hundreds of people have heeded the call, ladies and gentlemen, and in heeding the call, they have taken action, and as a result of that, their lives today are much better. Now, one of the things that Dr. Esther Ramus and Mr. Armand Puyol recognize, yes, of course we spoke about it earlier, is that many of the lifestyle diseases that we are currently struggling with as human beings, we struggle with them, yes, because we are inactive. We struggle with them because we're not consuming the right foods, etc. But one of the major things, ladies and gentlemen, is our overexposure to toxic chemicals. You see, our overexposure to toxic chemicals is really causing a strain on our system. And so with that, what you find is that the body is struggling with what is called oxidative stress. And with that, the propensity for diseases becomes a little bit more, faster. Now, Mr. Armand Puyol and Dr. Esther Ramus, in their wisdom, decided that they will share with the world a group of products, or a list of products, pardon my poor language, that can help us to not just alleviate some challenges, but just really to help us to live healthier. And one such product is the Tedavina Detox Tea. Now, you may be saying to yourself, why the detox? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is critical to our well-being. I'm talking about a product that is so designed, so formulated to cleanse and to detoxify our bodies from a cellular level. What does that mean? Well, our bodies are made up of billions of cells. Whenever toxins get into the body, what it does is that it attaches itself to these cells. And with that, you need to have your body functioning in a particular way so that it can rid the system of these toxins. What we have come to recognize is that our body should be working like that. But the truth of the matter is, because of many things, our bodies are unable to respond to the attack of toxins naturally. And so a detox, ladies and gentlemen, could very well be the beginning, yes, of the process for many of us who are struggling with these particular toxins. This tea is unique, and I say it's unique because I know many detox teas, but I've never seen a detox tea with the combination of the reishi mushroom, the shaga mushroom, the blessed thistle, papaya, ginger, myrrh, and these great. I've never seen this combination before. And so as a result of this combination, what we are seeing is that a lot of individuals are now experiencing a type of health that they only had when they were children. Ladies and gentlemen, this tea is ridding people's arteries of the plaque that is there, and which eventually causes the triglycerides issues, the hypertension issues, the high cholesterol issues. This tea is cleansing people's colon of fecal matters to the extent where I saw a case recently where somebody, having used the product for 6 weeks, excreted only mucus from the body over that particular period of time. And when they went into the second phase, their fecal matters was so black it resembled the hair on the human on the person's head. Ladies and gentlemen, it was not it was while they continued that the fecal matters returned to normalcy in terms of the look of it. That's what we have seen with persons who have used this particular product. This product is helping the liver to function better by cleansing it. Yes, this is helping the kidneys also to function better by literally cleansing it of the pollution in which it is currently operating. There are some of us, our systems are very bad because we have not treated the temple of the Lord as we have been commanded by God to do. And one of the reasons for that is not really your fault per se, because you got up this morning and you ate your vegetables. You got up this morning and you ate your fruits. But what do we know? Many of the foods that we're consuming are nutrient deficient. Why? Because they are genetically modified. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are consuming a fruit that used to be a fruit that comes with seeds, and now there are no seeds, then you know you have a problem. Then we have our farmers who really want to get the best quality foods on our tables. And so they use loads of fertilizers, loads of chemicals, the pesticides, the herbicides, the fungicides, and what a little of that is coming into our system and causing severe problems. You need this tea to comprehensively detoxify your system and rid your body of all the toxins that are holding on for dear life in your body from a cellular level. Who do you know this evening that could benefit from this particular product? Now it gets better, because in addition to you having the detox, you now need to amplify your system with the right nutrition. And what we have seen, ladies and gentlemen, is that the mushrooms that we're going to be talking about this evening, they consist of loads of real effective vitamins and minerals and more. Take case in point, the reishi mushroom. This mushroom is designed specifically to regulate the body's normal functions. What does that mean? Anything in your system right now that is out of work, that is out of the ordinary, that is not working as God designed it to, this mushroom has the capability to help to realign your system. It does that, ladies and gentlemen, primarily because the mushroom consists of over 150 antioxidants, over 200 phytonutrients, and in excess of 3,000 polyphenols. This combination are your micronutrients that your body needs in order to strengthen your immune system against infections and viruses. In other words, to allow your body to function normally. It also helps in the fight against diabetes by helping to regulate the blood sugar. helping to regulate your blood pressure, helping to, manage your cholesterol, and of course, helping to fight that big C known as cancer. Now, if you check the research that we, referred to earlier, people who consume mushroom for a certain period of time, then the risk becomes lower. One of those mushrooms, ladies and gentlemen, is the reishi mushroom. Now, here's what we know about the reishi mushroom in this particular fashion. Is that the mushroom, ladies and gentlemen, because of the antioxidant potency, the anti-inflammatory potency, the immune boosting potency, the anti-aging potency, the stress relieving potency, and of course the cancer preventing potency, tumor reducing potency, ladies and gentlemen, helps generally with your overall health. That's what this mushroom is said to do in a study that was done in 2004. This study, ladies and gentlemen, was an anti-cancer property study. What they found is that the reishi mushroom possesses the capabilities of really that mushroom that has the highest potency in terms of eliminating or preventing cancer cells from growing in the human body, from flourishing. So when it comes down to things like, lung cancer, soft tissue cancer, liver cancer, white blood cell cancer, breast cancer, ovarian cancer, colon cancer, prostate cancer, and bladder cancer, we are seeing that more and more people who are utilizing this particular mushroom, they have a better chance of getting over it than persons who are not, ladies and gentlemen. Why is that so? Again, let me tell you, because of those antioxidants, because of those phytonutrients, because of those polyphenols, your body needs nutrients. When we were created by God Almighty, God created us with all of the plants around us to enable our bodies to function normally. All the nutrients that we need, they are there. They are in those plants. And the reishi mushroom is one of those plants. Get your reishi mushroom today and you will have your own story. Now for us here at Prime Life Health, the reishi mushroom comes to us in a variety of ways. Now we have what is called the Gano pills. Now these, ladies and gentlemen, is really a bottle with 90 pills. Yes, you take 3 on a daily basis. Each pill has 500 grams in it. And of course, you also have the reishi extract. The reishi extract is a lot more potent than, of course, the pill, because this is coming from the extract of the actual mushroom. And then we have what we call the king of the crop. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the reishi spore oil. Now, what I want to tell you about the reishi spore oil is that it takes approximately 2.5 pounds, yes, of the reishi spore oil to make one of these gel caps that you have right here. And that in of itself is like an atomic bomb of energy being deposited into the human body. So the more of this you take on a daily basis, just imagine what will happen to your blood pressure. Just imagine what will happen to your blood sugar. Just imagine what will happen to your immune system while you take this on a daily basis. Another of the mushrooms is the shaga mushroom. The shaga mushroom, ladies and gentlemen, is known as a nutrient-dense superfood. Yes, this mushroom is known also as the king of all medicinal mushrooms. It's a mushroom that is rich in vitamins, rich in minerals, and rich in all different types of antioxidants. The shaga mushroom is that mushroom that they say slows the aging process, fights inflammation, lowers the cholesterol, and of course does so well in terms of helping to manage and lower the blood sugar, pardon me. Yes, lowers the blood sugar. But also, it is one of those mushrooms that is known for its cancer-fighting components. You see, the chaga mushroom, ladies and gentlemen, consists, they say, of over 400 bioactive compounds. Now, these compounds, they all have unique benefits to the human body, one of which is the triterpenoids. Now, this particular bioactive compound supports a healthy immune system, reduces inflammation, and of course is known for fighting cancer cells and for preventing the growth of tumors in the human body. Another of those bioactive compounds is what you call polysaccharides. Ladies and gentlemen, this is another one that, according to research, they conclude that the compounds in this particular polysaccharides, they are superior to what we call the regular chemotherapy and radiation treatment that people usually receive from, the medical practitioners. That is what research is indicating. Polyphenols, another bioactive compounds, they say, of course, this one is very, powerful in terms of the anti-inflammatory effects. It has the propensity to lower the risk of people developing cancers. And of course, they say that, look, this particular bioactive compound is known to stamp death on cancer cells, meaning that it kills them. Very, very, very powerful. People may be saying, but we have heard this before, ladies and gentlemen. The fact that the chaga is a nutrient-dense superfood means that there is something here that we're going to shock you with this evening. The chaga mushroom, ladies and gentlemen, consists of two important vitamins, one being the vitamin B17. And I will not belabor the point this evening. All I will say to us is that in your spare time, just do a little reading on the vitamin B17. The vitamin D, which we should really be receiving from the sun, along with some foods that we consume, for some strange reason, we're not getting enough of it these days. I don't know why, but with this particular mushroom, you will have all that you need. Now, the chaga comes to us in two forms. You have the pills, 90 capsules, you take 3 daily, and of course the chaga extract, again, that's the most potent of it. But it gets better because along with the reishi and then you also have the cordy. The cordy is unique because it supports athletic performances. That's really the cut and thrust of it. But again, there are bioactive compounds here that helps to support a healthy kidney. It also helps to support a healthy liver. It also helps to balance the immune system. It also helps, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of eliminating inflammation from the system while improving the digestive tract. But it is an anti-cancer agent. It's an anti-tumor agent as well. Available here in pills and of course the extract. Research has indicated that it has the propensity to reduce the viability of those very strong and powerful cancer cells that have inundated people's bodies. Ladies and gentlemen, very, very, very powerful mushrooms you're talking about. Now, a little bonus for those people who may be wondering if that's it. No, it's not. Because you have not heard before of the turkey tail, and so we must tell you about it. This is one of the new phenomenon in mushrooms globally. The turkey tail is that mushroom that is designed specifically, they say, to help in the fight against cancers. This is what it focuses on. It has absolutely no other focus. In fact, the research has indicated that when used, yes, the mushroom has the propensity to help to enhance the efficacy of the chemo radiation treatment whenever that is happening. Why is that so? Because you see, ladies and gentlemen, one of the challenges that cancer patients will encounter is that when they are experiencing radiation treatment, when you're experiencing the chemotherapy treatment, usually the immune system, because of the chemicals, because of what is taking place, the immune system is weakened tremendously. Now, with this particular turkey tail, what it does is that it increases your immunity in such a profound way that as opposed to weakening the immune system, it now adds value to the actual treatment. So this is something that is quite effective. Again, you are seeing them for the very first time. The thing to do is to conduct your own research to see if what we're saying makes sense. However, the types of mushrooms that we have here and the quality is not available anywhere else. Mr. Puyol has a particular contract with these particular cultivators over there in Japan. These mushrooms are produced under the best particular climate, the best condition, and so all the nutrients that are supposed to be available are available because of that. There's no third party that these things are, given to for them to bring them to your table. This is coming to you, ladies and gentlemen, from the highest quality in terms of source. Now, as we speak about prostate cancer, we know that there are many men out there that are struggling, and I have met some of them personally. I've met hundreds of men locally, regionally, and internationally who, are crying, and some of them at this point in time are living their best lives. Some of them are pastors, some of them are bishops, some of them are, individuals who are just regular Joes. But can I tell you, they are happy. They are super, super excited. Why? Because these men would have been introduced to that detox tea. They would have had the detox. Then they would have gotten their reishi. They would have gotten their shaga. They would have gotten their turkey tail. They would have gotten their cordy. And then, because it's prostate related, we would have added to that the Mars capsules. Ladies and gentlemen, this particular product has the propensity, has the capability to help to mitigate prostate-related challenges. Yes, so many men have attested to that. This particular product has ingredients such as the maca root, the tonkat alley, among others. And what this does, based on what we are seeing, is that it helps to alleviate the challenge of the swollen prostate. I myself recently had an encounter where I went to, conduct some business, and while conducting the business, I saw where, prostate antigen test was being done, and I said to myself, why not go and get it done? So I went, and when I did my test, ladies and gentlemen, I was seated comfortably in the audience, waiting for them to call my name, when I heard a stir, people running and shuffling and asking, who is Christopher Thomas? I said, that is me. They said, no, come quickly. So I thought something was wrong. So right there and then I was saying to myself, boy, imagine I get up every single day and I take these things and look, something is wrong. When I went into the office, 3 doctors were there and they said, how old are you? I told them my age. They said, no, show me your ID. And I went and I did that. The gentleman said to me that, are you aware that your PSA is reporting 0.3? I said, what does that mean? Because this is foreign to me. They said, a man your age is usually between 2 and 3. How is it that you are 0.3? So, of course, it was at that point in time that I told them of the things that I am taking on a daily basis. You would want to know what happened subsequently, because the doctor said, listen, whatever you are using, I want it now. I was shocked, ladies and gentlemen, when the doctor said to me that they have been searching for things like the Tonkat alley. They have been searching for it and can't get the best of it. How is it that you have it and hugging up to yourself? No, man, give us it. And so they took it. So this product is very, 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 very powerful when combined with the reishi, the shaga, the cordy, the turkey tail, and of course that detox. It gives that real potency effect. Then we have some ladies who are struggling with that thing called fibroids. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, and chat because I'm sure this lady should be here. If she's not here now, maybe she is at work. But I recently introduced a young lady to this line of product: the tea, the reishi, the turkey tail, the cordy, the shaga, and of course the maitake and the shiitake mushroom. Why? Because she was struggling with fibroids. Now, what I know of these particular two mushrooms and the effect that they have on fibroids is that they are anti-tumor in terms of the properties, right? And they have been used for years in Asia to help to mitigate the growth of fibroids. So I reached out to the young lady and I gave her the stuff. Can I tell you, it was 90 days later, she responded to me to say that she visited her doctor. The doctor is literally blown away. Why? Because her fibroids have shrunk by 98%. Think about that for a minute. She tried everything before, and for some strange reason, she's utilizing this combination, and the fibroids have shrunk by 98%. There's also another lady on this call who will tell you that hers have gone altogether. She no longer has the problem. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not here to make medical claims, but we're saying to you that based on the evidence that is in front of us, it is possible that your body is lacking the necessary nutrients that is required to fight infections, viruses, and of course tumors. And what we have seen is that the people who utilize these mushrooms are leading better lives than people who are not. Which side would you rather be on? It gets a little better because we also are aware that there are individuals out there who are struggling with, issues of the, cognition, your dementia, your Parkinson's, your Alzheimer's, tumor in the brain, etc. Again, this is an additional product known as the lion's mane mushroom that is helping in that particular regard. Ladies and gentlemen, the World Health Organization has some bad news for the world because they are saying that the number of new cancer cases will increase over the next 20 years, rather 10 years, yes, 10 years it is, by just about 60%. That's what they are telling us. They say that over 30 million new cases will emerge. The question is, ladies and gentlemen, will you sit and allow this information to just be swept under the carpet? Will you take action and reach out to a friend and say, hey, listen, I think you should try this? Or say to yourself, listen, an ounce of prevention is always better than a pound of cure. Yeah, I may not be diagnosed with cancer, but what if I start using these mushrooms today? What will happen to me in the near future? The thing to do, ladies and gentlemen, is just to take action. Take action one way or the other. Are you on this presentation and you are saying, whoa, you know what? The story is not so good. It's getting from bad to worse. Well, guess what you do? Get back to the person that invited you and ask them how you can gain access to these particular mushrooms. You see, approximately 4 months ago, I met a young lady and she had a real challenge with a particular problem. And I reached out to her and I gave her the stuff. She had the stuff using. But the thing about it, ladies and gentlemen, is that while she used them according to how she felt. She would use them today, she wouldn't use them tomorrow. She used them this week and she forget about it next week. She wasn't consistent. Lo and behold, she had to lose a leg. Now, she wants the leg to grow back. And it can't because she has lost it. Why? Because of her inconsistency and her inaction. I'm saying to you this evening, the time to take action is now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not anytime in the future, but right now. And here are some things that we can do. We can get a little bit more active. Yes? If you are that guy or girl that loves alcohol, you can reduce the intake. If you are that individual that loves to smoke, I will say to you, forget it, because there's no real benefit in it. If you are that person that is currently not into your fruits and your vegetables, I will say to you, love your fruits, love your vegetables, but find the ones that are organic. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, if you really want to bolster your immunity, if you want to bolster your body against infections, viruses, tumors, and of course cancer cells, then we are suggesting to you that you acquaint yourselves with these mushrooms, because they will change your life. You don't have to be one of those persons that depart from this earth prematurely. No, not at all. And so I want to thank you very much for taking time out of your busy Sunday afternoon, your busy Sunday evening, your busy Sunday night. You could be spending time with your partner, with your lover. You could be spending time with your children. But you took time out because you believe that the information being shared is relevant to you. So therefore, the thing for you to do now is to take action. Thank you very much. God bless you. Sir Clinton Daly, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Sir Christopher. That was a wonderful presentation. And if I may speak for everyone else, I think you did a wonderful job, right? And I'm saying to everybody now that, look, the information that we get here tonight is very valuable. And if we really think seriously about our health, then we ought to take action, and we need to do the things that we need to do. For those invited guests, go back to the person who invited you. Let them know that you want those products right now, not just to you want to prevent if you don't yet have this situation, this cancer situation. And if you do have it, you need to take action now to see how well you can combat those challenges. Thank you very much for coming. Let me tell you, I too was impacted somewhat by cancer. My mother passed from cancer. So I know it came to me that close, right? So everyone, I believe, is at risk. And so we ought to do something. I don't think it's okay for us to not to do anything. So get back to the person who invited you. Let them know that you need these products to ensure that your immune system is up and running at its best. Thank you very much for coming, and we invite you to come back next week, Sunday, when we'll be talking about something else regarding your health or your wealth. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sir Christopher, again. We appreciate you, sir, for the hard work that you're doing in order to help us to really get this, get the word out that our health is our responsibility, and we can do something to prevent the effect of cancer. Thank you very much. I don't know if you have any last words, sir. If you have someone for testimony or anything like that.
Absolutely, Sir Clinton Daly. I am sure many of the people who were invited here this evening are hearing this information for the very first time. And so therefore they may have a question or two. There was maybe things that were said that they are not too clear about. And so they want to, pose a question. And so therefore I will now allow a period for question and answer. So if you do have a question, may I invite you to raise your hand. Our host, Sir Clinton Daly, will ask you to unmute, and then you can go ahead and pose your question. Right? If you have questions, feel free. Don't be shy now. This is the time to get them answered if you have the questions. If not, your information need may have been met, and know you're at a great place. All right, Lady Janet, Sir Clinton is available for a question. Let's hear from Janet. Shelley, go ahead, Janet.
You can unmute Janet.
Janet, go ahead.
Okay, good evening. Can you hear me?
Loud and
Yes,
clear.
hi Janet, welcome.
Okay. Thank you so much for that presentation, Mr. Thomas. But my question is, would you be able to furnish any information on the effects of these mushrooms on the liver and the kidneys? Why those two organs? As we know, everything that goes into the body would be processed by the liver, one way or the other, and would be excreted, for the most part, by the kidneys. Are you aware of any deleterious effects of any of these chemicals, these mushrooms, on those internal organs?
Thank you very much, Janet, for that question. Really appreciate it. I would have gotten that question before. And so therefore, so far as we know, based on the amount, the daily intake that is required, so far we have not seen any challenge with the liver or kidneys from anyone who have utilized these mushrooms in the past, in the present, and we at this point in time, we're not foreseeing any challenge going forward. The mushrooms, as you know, are nutrients that is getting into the body. These are not additional chemicals or anything like that. This is just pure nutrition that the body is taking in. Now, everything that we do ought to be done in moderation, right? If you're drinking water, you must not overdo it. If you're doing alcohol, you must not overdo it. You're doing veg, you ought not to overdo it, because your body can only take so much and no more on a daily basis. And so once you follow the guide as outlined by the instructions on the bottle, then Lady Janet, you should be okay. All right? Bless you. Thank you very much for that great question. I really appreciate it. Lady Marsha, I think it is. Marsha Muir, go ahead.
Yes, it is. Good night, everyone.
Go ahead, Marsha. Thank you very much for your question.
Okay. Based upon what you say about the mushrooms, in terms
Yes.
of its cure or helping you to become totally well, how would you know how long to take the tablets or the extract?
The extra. Very
How-
good
how-
question,
how-
Lady Marsha.
Because I don't know if you would have a doctor to monitor the person, or the person is just buying
Yes.
the product and just taking it as they go along. I don't know. How does it work?
Beautiful. So what we know, Lady Marsha, and of course the instructions from our company, is that the products ought to be taken under the guidance of your doctor. So your doctor ought to guide you. What we have seen though is that there are individuals who, for example, the diabetics that we have seen so far, people use it for 3 months and the blood sugar problem is reversed. In terms of people with cancer, we see people using it for up to 6 months, people using it for up to a year, and they're getting great results. Because you see, what we also recognize is that if you are using the mushrooms and you are neglecting the other parts of your life, then you have a problem. You must be doing your exercise. You must eliminate certain bad foods that you're consuming. And once you do that, the mindset is right, then of course everything falls into place. So yes, the support of your medical practitioner is recommended, Lady Marsha. Great question. Thank you so much for that. All right, Lady Sister Burton. Go ahead, Sister Burton. Take it away.
Question I have for you. Where do you purchase these?
Sister Burton, these mushrooms are available by the person who invited you. Somebody invited you here this evening, and that person knows, well, either that person has them or he or she knows somebody who has them. Because what we want you to understand is that the mushrooms that we have available through our system, these are specialized mushroom. These mushrooms are not the things that people just go and pick up on the road. No, these mushrooms are harvested and cultivated by a special particular method over there in Japan. And so that is why we are able to bring them to you with such great confidence, Sister Burns. So get back to that person. Who is it that invited you?
Sister Keynes.
Sister Keynes. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you, Sister Keynes has the answer to your problem. Just go and talk with her. All right? God bless you. Bye-bye.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Lynch. Go ahead. Lynch. Lynch, going once. Lynch, going twice.
Good night. I'm not sure if you can hear me because the background is a bit noisy. No, what if I am taking chemotherapy? Can I use these products while taking, can I use these products while I'm on chemo because I was diagnosed last year?
Yes. All right. Thank you very much, Lady Lynch, for that question. Yes, as we would have stated.
Right now.
Right. As was stated in the presentation, that the mushrooms will enhance what is being done currently by your treatment. We do not ask people to stop any treatment that they're taking because, as we said before, this is just additional nutrition, maybe nutrition that you have never experienced before, but it is all nutrition. And so therefore what it is designed to do is to enhance that what you are doing at this point in time. So yes, we do recommend that you continue your treatment while you continue to utilize the mushrooms. Thank you very much for that great question, ma'am. Really appreciate it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you see how it is? All these people with these great questions, Sir Clinton Daly. Oh my God, I'm so happy that we asked them to share. All right, let me see if there are any questions in the chat. Let me check the chat to see what's going on. Can these products be taken with other medications? Yes, they can, because it's just pure nutrients. As we said before, Patricia, we don't recommend you buy the products. Right. So somebody's asking, can I go to Amazon and buy these products? No, you won't find them on Amazon. That's the first thing. You will not find this type of mushroom that we're talking about on Amazon. You will find mushrooms on Amazon, but not the ones that we're talking about. So the best thing for you to do is to get back to the person who invited you and let that person guide you accordingly. You got it from the yes, the person who invited you, that is the person who you will get the stuff from. All right? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited this evening. So, ladies and gentlemen, all right, one more question coming from Donovan. Donovan, your hand is up. Please go ahead, sir. Asking you to unmute. Donovan, I'm asking you to unmute. Go ahead, sir. Donovan, go ahead and unmute, sir. I see you trying, but I don't know what's happening. There's a button there, Donovan, that says unmute. You seen that? Donovan, would you like to type your question in the chat because we're not getting through to you?
Hello?
Go ahead, no, sir.
You're
Yes,
hearing me now?
I'm hearing you, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, good night, and thanks for that presentation.
You're most welcome, my brother. My pleasure.
Okay, the question I want to ask is, you said these mushrooms were specially designed. Can you break that down for me in terms of when you say designs, is there any chemicals? How are they designed?
Great question. Great question. So first and foremost, they are planted and grown naturally. So these are organic medicinal mushrooms. No chemicals are added to them at no point in time. Secondly, once they are harvested from the location in Asia, they are taken to our facility in the United States, California to be exact. And once they get there, the process of getting them to our table or in our cups or whatever it is, or our plates, it's an all-natural process. Our company is an all-natural, organic-based company. All the things that we do are all the products that we utilize, all the processes that we implement on a daily, weekly, monthly basis are all natural processes. That is why none of the products that we have here are ever outsourced to anybody. In fact, you may go, for example, to our website, and from time to time you will see a product that is out of stock. That is so because a simple ingredient may not be available. And of course, because we are operating at such high ethical standards, we refuse to put products on the market that are going to be harming or endanger anyone. All right? Thank you very much for that question, sir. Donovan, really appreciate you, sir. All right? So that's the process. Any other question? And so that is why we do not recommend for anybody to go to Amazon and to purchase anything on Amazon and say that they have the mushrooms. No. Only what you see here by the person who invited you. That is what is available. All right? Question. No more question. All right. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for your being here this evening. Really appreciate you. Get back to the person who invited you and let them know that you would like to access these products as soon as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless you all. Have yourselves a productive evening. See you next week when we talk health. Yes, I'm not sure exactly what we'll be talking about next week, but we'll be talking about something. Sir Clinton Daly, as usual, thank you for leading the process. Thank you for leading the discussion, sir. Thank you for being for the investment of your time. We know you could have been otherwise minded. All right? God bless you all. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.